Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Olive Oil's Pizzeria, 930 Brookline Boulevard. For one time, all my guests made it on time except for one sick young man, the Pit Bull. He couldn't make it, but we'll honor him. He's now a champion. Oleg, we'll talk about him with his trainer and his compadre from the Ukraine. We got a Ukrainian boxer coming up who's a champion. We'll talk about him. I got to give you sad news that Smoking Jim Frazier was in a car accident. It was totaled last week. He was in the trauma unit for 3 days. That sounds horrific, but my man, when I asked him what's wrong, he didn't reply. And he's at home. He said he'll be off for a while and doing rehab, so his seat is empty. Somehow the talking machine will carry on. There's some money on whether I can handle it or not. And I said, it's money in the bank. Smoking Jim likes to bet. Just bet on the talking machine, getting this going. And we appreciate everybody watching us on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Also in Bethel Park, Verizon 32 and the surrounding area, all the way from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. Even if you're from Oakland, city of Pittsburgh, anywhere, you'll see our show. And then we have a guy who's a coach, and he actually grew up in this area, so we'll bring him on as our first guest. I'll keep that name a secret so there's some suspense here. And we start our show with What's on Your Mind. It's sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. They're right past Trax Farm in Mineral Beach. Anything that runs on gas, he works on it. Weed whackers, lawnmowers, cars, trucks, you name it. They even have a forge, and they make knives, fancy knives, hooks for walls. They do all kind of great things out there. And it's red, white, and blue station. You can't miss it. Right on Route 88. And it's Skeets Service Station. So check them out. We'll have a promo showing on the show. So you'll see that. And he sponsors What's on Your Mind. And I got to start with What's on My Mind. I'm a big Steeler fan. I bleed black and gold. I don't play the sport, but I enjoy watching the sport. It's been a clown show all year between numerous things. AB finally got traded, so they say. It's not official yet on the 13th. The Oakland Raiders gave up a third round and a fifth round pick for AB, one of the best receivers in Steeler history and in the NFL. It's shocking how one guy could wag the dog. He's like a tail. He put all this social media out, didn't go to the last game. How many guys do you want on your team quit on your team and they don't play in the last game? Yet he goes on social media how bad Ben treated him, how bad the team is, how the owners are, talk bad about everybody. And guess what? It worked. He wanted more money. He got a guaranteed $30 million guaranteed money. He's going to be the highest paid receiver again. So I guess if you talk bad and use social media, you'll become successful. Please don't follow that. Play sports for the love of sports. We have a lot of sports talk here, and you'll find out what good people in sports are like. And that's what my show is going to be about. We're going to start bringing up guests. Welcome to the show. You can hold the mic. I'm mic'd up, so this will be fine. Please tell them your name.
Anthony Doria.
And did you grow up in Brookline, or were you just busting my chops?
I did. In fact, about 2 blocks away, Woodburn Avenue.
I know it. I had friends that had a house there years ago, before you were born.
Yeah, I've spent many nights at the Resurrection Gym shooting hoops. So went
You're
to
a
Resi.
kid.
Yeah, till 6th grade, and then we merged over to St. Pius.
Another good school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. You got a great neighborhood. Did you do any boxing around here?
No boxing, no. Football, basketball, baseball.
Played all the sports.
Yeah, yep.
And I think I know some of your family members over the years, so
yeah.
It's a small world.
Absolutely.
Your uncle reached out to me. Shout out, you want to say his name?
Yeah, Sam DeMarco.
He reached out to me on Facebook and said, get a hold of Anthony Doria. I go, okay. I said, get me his phone number. I called him. He answered the phone.
Absolutely.
And we had a short conversation for the talking machine, about a half an hour, because you had stuff to do. And now you're on the show. When did you start playing sports?
Playing hoops, I had an older brother, so probably when I was 5, my dad coached.
Yeah.
So probably played.
Well, you're from a sports family.
Yeah, cousins, everybody. So baseball and basketball at an early age. Played football when I was 8.
Yes.
And from there, kind of just kept playing all the way through college.
How'd you get to Seton LaSalle?
Growing up in the area, my dad actually was an assistant coach. My dad went to South Catholic, and he was an assistant coach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For football at Seton. So naturally, I ended up going there, and we had a pretty good run.
I thought you were a quarterback.
I was.
I remember seeing you play because I was a big fan of Seton LaSalle, even though I graduated from KO. It was a huge rivalry.
Yeah,
It's right across the street, right?
Yeah, There
were many a night of fights.
I won't say any.
There were many different arguments and things. We had kids that would transfer from one school to the other.
There's been some of that, no doubt.
The Gradkowskis are friends of mine. I grew up with Big Bruce.
Yeah.
Back in Greentree. His dad and my dad were best friends. They worked together at the newspaper, and I had many a meal with Bruce and his brother Mark, and it was hard to eat there. His mother was one of the nicest people ever, but if you ever sat at a table with them eating, they were
last long.
They were unbelievable. You had to be quick, and I was actually a shy, quiet kid back then, so it was a bit of a struggle for me. But we got past that, so I saw young Bruce play at Seton LaSalle. He lit him up there and was quite the sensation. I always tell people I thought he was better at basketball because he was averaging about 24 points a game.
Yeah, so Bruce was 2 years ahead of me, so I kind of backed him up when I was a freshman and sophomore.
Yeah,
Bruce was
How was that?
Unbelievable. It was great. Obviously,
what a good guy he is.
Great player, good person. He taught me a lot and was good.
He had a great arm.
Great arm, and you're right. I think. He was just as good at hoops. I mean, people don't realize how good of a basketball player.
Because I watched him play
really
baseball, football, basketball, and that's my own opinion.
Yeah.
Because he could move. I watched those games, and I come from a basketball family. I had an uncle that played on the first pro team, the Pittsburgh Ironmen, in 1945, and my dad refereed basketball from 1959 to 1983, and he dragged me along with him. So I respect the game. I respect the hard work that you put in to become as good as you were.
Appreciate that.
And how did you do your senior year?
So our senior year, we won the WPIAL.
That's why I'm trying to bring this out.
We ended up winning the WPIAL. It was the first time since 1990. That was 2002, and we ended up losing in the state final.
How did you guys feel? That was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, you know how it is growing up in Pittsburgh. Everybody dreams to play at Heinz Field. So, growing up, my dad is a coach. I was a ball boy. The goal always around here is to go to that WPIAL championship and play at Three River Stadium or Heinz Field and hold up that trophy, and we were able to do that. And
that's awesome.
Fell a little short in the state. I mean, it was something you'll take.
You run into some tough teams in the eastern part of the state.
Yeah,
they're traditionally,
yes, no doubt,
for some unknown reason.
There's some good teams out there.
Yeah, we have some here.
Yeah,
and we've done well. And where'd you go to college?
So I played at St. Francis University, and now I'm at Duquesne coaching, and it's in the same conference. Duquesne University, yep. So
right up on the bluff.
Yeah, right.
My family grew right below on the hill.
Absolutely.
And so we knew the bluff. That was where Duquesne was.
Which is nice from Brooklyn. I mean, it's right over the hill. We have our first spring ball practice.
You're right in the neighborhood.
So we're ready to rock and roll.
And we'll get you out of here. Just only a couple more comments from you, Coach. What's it look like for Duquesne this year?
Yeah, we're coming off the best season in program history, really, in terms of, when we went scholarship model back in 2011. Since then, we've had some conference titles, but this past season we ended up in the final 16 of the FCS playoffs.
I saw that. Yeah,
upset Towson in the first round. It was the biggest upset they claim in history of FCS football. So for us, we're coming off a great year. We've got a lot of good pieces back. We graduate some good players, but
how's my ex-guest Alex Smith?
He's doing good. He's battling. He's
from KO,
from Keystone
one of my KO guys.
Yeah, he's
had him on the show.
Great, yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of local guys on our team.
I know. I heard that.
We're built WPIAL core guys. Bethel Park. Really? We got a Bethel
That's my
Park
hometown now. You can mention
Jake Dixon. I'll give Jake Dixon a shout out. Really good.
I know his family.
Tight end.
I'm friends with his family.
So I mean, our program.
He was great at volleyball.
Absolutely. So he actually went out of high school to play volleyball in college.
I know. I heard something happened.
Yeah, he just kind of kind of missed the game a little bit, and
Wanted to come
fortunately
back
for
home.
us, he came back home and had a good year last year for us. So we're expecting big things.
And he's
out
a
of
tall
him.
guy. What's he, about 6'4"?
About 6'5", 6'6".
Really?
He's back in high school. He was probably $190, 200 pounds. He's about 240 now. So.
Is he?
Yeah,
he's been working out.
He's killing it in the weight room.
Tell him I wish him well.
I will.
And I said hello.
I will.
Definitely. What do you think you're going to do this year then?
Hey, we're looking to go back-to-back here, so we're looking to repeat. Like I said,
Well, you wouldn't be from Pittsburgh if you weren't talking about winning.
Absolutely.
We believe in winners.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we believe here. Although if you are trying and you don't win, that's okay too, because you put a lot of hard work in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Well, I wish you well.
Appreciate
I'm glad you could make it on the show. Anything else you want to say, how they can get a hold of you or anything? Because if you have kids that want to go to Duquesne,
so
see Anthony.
Just on our website, my email and contacts on there. The
Spell
website,
your name.
Doria, Doria, at duq.edu is my email.
I'm getting old, so repeat it.
Doria at duq.edu. Our website is goduquesne.com. You can go on there, football staff, find me. You can find our
Please find him. He's a good man.
email number. We got
I'll
some
vouch
summer
for him.
camps coming up, so
Really?
yeah, summer camps this summer, May 30th.
Who's welcome to go to that?
Anybody in grades 9 going to be
I
in
need
9
those
through 12.
specifications.
Yep.
Sure. High school kids.
High school age kids. May 30th is the first camp. Second date's to be determined here shortly.
Excellent. On that note,
Appreciate it.
good luck, Coach.
Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure for having you here.
All right.
Here's the mic. Tell them your name.
Rebecca Main.
And how long have you been boxing?
I've been boxing for 5.5 years approximately.
That's a good approximation.
Approximate.
What got you started in boxing?
My mom actually got me started into boxing.
Is she a boxer?
No, she isn't, but she was
She's
dating...
a runner. Come on.
Yeah, she's a runner. But she was dating Marty Chambers,
Yeah.
who's a ringside doctor, so they kind of got me right into it, right where I need to go. But I needed
What a
to
small
change the pace.
world. So at the
Yeah.
right opportunity, you discovered boxing.
Yeah.
And
Saved
that's
my
good.
life.
Well, I've heard about that, and I respect what you've gone through, and I give you a lot of credit.
Thank you.
And you are pretty successful. I've seen you fight and win.
Thank you. Yeah.
Definitely. How many fights do you have?
27 now, I think. It might be 28.
27.
I don't know.
I thought that's your
Just
age.
been fighting.
Wait a second.
That is my age, actually, yeah.
You told me that once. I do remember when people tell me stuff. And what weight class do you fight in? Usually I don't ask women their names and ages, but it just come up.
That's all good. I fight at 132 now. I was fighting at 125 for a while, but I wanted to go up a weight class, and I
You
feel
don't look
better.
it. Come on.
It's all muscle, that's why.
Whoa. You do your road work?
Yeah, I do.
You're one of the exceptions. I see fighters get tired and they have a 3-round fight. First round, they're a ball of fire. Second round, they're slower. Third round, they're out of gas. Not you.
Gotta get those miles in.
Every day?
6 out of 7 days. I would go every day, but I'd be breaking my body down.
Get out. You let it recover a little bit.
I try. I gotta be told more so, but
Oh, do you? And how do you eat? Do you have certain nutrition that you follow, cleaner diets? Like I offered you pizza, you refused because you're working out after this.
yeah, no pizza. No pizza. I eat pretty clean. Try and
you?
stay away from certain things.
You want to tell people what's clean? Because I've explained it to Smoking Jim Frazier, and he thinks if you wash something off, that's clean. I'm being serious. No defense for him, but that's how he operates.
Well, I calculate everything that comes into my body, and I try and make sure I get all the right macro and micronutrients. So
Sure.
I detail out my entire week and
Do you
follow
do
the
certain
plan.
proteins and stuff, even like pea protein and other things like that?
Yeah, I try and get more so vegetable protein. I'm not really a big meat eater. I do like fish, but
I
other
know a
than
lot
that,
of people that have become vegetarian. Rako War Saunders is a fighter, and he's a vegetarian. And he fought pretty well for years. You know, he's done that. So I'm a fan of that.
yeah,
I'm a bit of a health nut at things with my green tea every day.
yeah.
You got to do
I've
that
seen.
to stay healthy. I post that up.
Yes.
And I try to eat healthy, but I'm slacking today. I had to have their pizza.
Yeah.
Frank Fanero sponsors our show, and he has great, fresh ingredients to his pizza.
Awesome.
And it's delicious.
I'll have to try it sometime.
Not now. I don't want to
Post-tournament.
tease you. Post tournament. What's on your schedule
It's on my schedule.
for fighting?
For fighting? Oh, well,
I
possibly
figure
fighting.
you know in advance, so they're
Yes,
usually talking
I'm always
stuff.
a planner. Yeah,
Yes.
possibly fighting this Sunday in Buffalo, and then I'll be heading to Reno for
What's
the.
up in Buffalo?
Just a
A fight?
just a club show.
Yeah.
Yeah, tune up for Reno, the Western qualifier for the Olympics. So
Yeah. So you're going to try Olympics?
Yes,
and
that's what I
national
want.
fights, or that too?
Yep. Yeah, so it'll be Reno, and then there'll be some Golden Glove fights for me, and then going to.
I wasn't sure if you were doing Golden Gloves.
Oh yeah, I am at
You
132 also. Yes.
Okay.
And definitely going to nationals this year, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I'll
Whoa,
be there
you'll
in
be
May.
traveling the country.
Oh, yeah.
East, west, north, everywhere.
Yep.
That got to be exciting.
Yeah, it is.
And that gives you some extra motivation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You seem
I like to travel,
competitive.
so yeah, very
Do you?
competitive.
Well, I got to ask you, you inspired me by saying you were going to China.
Yes.
And you couldn't wait to run with your mother.
Yeah.
So I
she's
saw
my
that
running
happen.
buddy.
How did this come about?
Going to China?
Yeah.
Well, my mom moved there this past July for a job. She teaches at an IB school. She's a science teacher.
Okay.
So, saved the money to go over there and visit her, and
You were
it was
motivated
awesome.
to do it. Mm-hmm. And how long were you there?
I was only able to go there for 2 weeks with school and training and everything going on, but I'd like to go there for a couple months this year if I can.
Really?
My visa allows for 60 days. It's
Whoa,
a 10-year
you gotta
visa.
maximize
so,
that then.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd like to visit her for a longer.
Well, you mentioned school. Where do you go to school?
I go to Penn State.
We are.
Penn State.
My daughter went there. I can say that. She graduated main campus.
Gotcha.
Every once in a while on the phone, I'd say we are.
Gotcha.
So she would
yeah.
get it. You got to. It's traditional. And are you going to graduate?
Yes, I'm graduating this May. Actually, it's the day before I leave for Golden Globe Nationals, so
What a
a lot of stuff
coincidence.
going on. Yeah.
Wow.
Lots going
That's a
on.
lot of stress. You got finals and everything before that, too.
Actually, all done with finals. I just have internships right now. That's why I'm up
What are
at
you gonna be?
Cranberry. Physical therapy assistant.
Oh, get on. That's great. You got any jobs lined up?
Actually, they're wanting to offer me a job where I'm at now and possibly my next internship, so I'll have
Hey,
my
that's what
my
it's
pick.
about. If you're
Yeah.
working hard and you got to get the word out. I
Yep.
know these things. No, that's great stuff. And what else is down the road then? Anything else we didn't cover?
Just a lot of boxing. I love it. So
Tell them
it's-
where you train.
I train at Gold Medal Boxing Gym. It's actually about 5 minutes from here,
I know.
off of
It-
Route
it's been
51.
With Ted Marconja.
Yep,
They have a good team. They say it's where champions are made.
it is.
And
That
here's
is
one
true.
champion here.
Thank
I had
you.
to bring that out. We believe in you. When are you going to be fighting local in the Golden Gloves? Do you know?
When
they
is
give
that?
you-
I think it's the weekend I come back from Reno. So Reno's the last
I
week
don't
in
know
March.
that. When's that?
I think the first weekend in April is the Western PA Finals. I should be fighting then.
Where are you going to be at? Where's it located?
I'm not sure. I think it's to be determined.
Yeah, a lot of those
Probably Monroeville, though, honestly.
might be in a state of flux. We always do the Hall of Fame Golden Glove fights at the Royal Place in
Yes.
May. So I was thinking maybe you do that because they have
Maybe.
finals there.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll have to get you on film again.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have to do that. Well, anything else we need to put out there? Usually I don't have women put their phone numbers out because we have to watch that in this day and age, so we won't do that.
Yeah, please don't do that.
And if you find her on Facebook, we had a discussion about her last name. I said, what's the capital of...
Maine.
Yes. And she gave me the answer, and I said, no, you're wrong. She Googled it. I was wrong. Tell them the...
I know.
What's
I know.
the capital?
Augusta.
I was wrong. Who knew?
Apparently, I still know my geography. So.
You do. You're going to school for a reason. You aced that test. I only had one question. Well, thanks for being on our show. Glad you could fit this in your busy schedule.
No problem.
Get out of here and go train.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Alan.
Please tell them your name.
Zaf Mosen.
And I'm friends with your sister, and you guys do a lot of great things in the community. And she told me that you would be a good guest because you like sports.
She probably said that because she's my sister, you think?
I think so.
I do like sports, Alan, I do.
Well, we had a discussion and proved that. Now, this guy has an interesting bit of history here because his dad was a Bangladesh diplomat.
He was a
You
diplomat.
got to explain that. Like, where were you even born at?
So a diplomat typically moves, represents the country and moves every 3 years all over the world. I was born in Australia because that was my dad's first posting as a Bangladeshi diplomat. So he was the High Commissioner for Bangladesh.
So you're
to
actually Australian.
Well, actually, no, I'm not, because Australia doesn't allow dual citizenship. So I'm a Bangladeshi citizen because my dad was Bangladeshi.
I'm glad I found that out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And my sister was born in China. That was our second post. And after that, we moved all over the world every 3 years. So when we moved, while there was vacation time, my dad
Sure.
would make us go to every single place possible while we had vacation time as
Okay.
well. So we've been to about
What a smart
95,
guy.
yeah, 95 different countries, seen the whole world basically.
Dead on.
Which is, as a kid, was a pain, but looking back on it, I'm
You
blessed.
appreciate
You know,
it.
yeah, definitely.
Did you see
absolutely.
any sports back then?
Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up playing soccer, baseball, tennis. My dad made me
Yeah.
take tennis
You
lessons
told me
and
you
things
even
like that.
played a little cricket.
I did play cricket. I love cricket. It's
I
actually my
like
favorite
that.
sport.
Get out.
Soccer and cricket are my favorite sports. Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about cricket.
Well, it's
Like, it's different than baseball.
it's very different than baseball.
I understand, because they say it's sort of like a copycat from cricket to baseball, but it's not.
It's not. I mean, it's
'Cause
11 players.
How do they throw the ball to you to hit?
They bowl it overhand instead of throwing it sidearm or
Yeah.
overhand. And they do a rotation with the arm as well.
Okay.
And there's two people that run back and forth. That gives you a run.
Okay.
When you can do it without getting knocked out on your wickets. Many different terms, a little difficult
Sure.
to
And
explain.
a wicket's what you use to hit it.
No, the bat is what you
Oh,
use to hit
okay.
it. The wicket
stand
is the thing
corrected.
that you throw at.
Okay.
And if you can't get the ball, if you can't hit the ball with the bat and it gets past you and hits the wickets, you're out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hit the wicket, you're out.
That's right.
What favorite position did you have there?
I did it all. I was a good batsman. I played as a bowler. I played all the positions.
Get out.
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
that's
yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
And then you got into soccer.
Yeah, I love soccer. I used to play right wing or striker.
Okay,
Yeah,
you like that?
I love soccer. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we just watched the World Cup, which is great.
Sure.
To watch as
I'm
well,
not a
just
big
having-
fan of it because I painted my bathroom and I'd rather watch the paint dry. Because I like to watch scoring. I don't know.
Well, next World Cup we'll talk before and we'll get you interested. How about
Okay.
that?
We'll have to watch it together. Maybe we can watch it at the Rivers Casino
Oh,
someday
yeah. Oh,
while we're eating
absolutely.
a good meal.
Absolutely.
That,
Why
that,
not?
that I'll bet on. But yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. You know, I like tea, but that's not it.
I hear you.
And I have watched a few games, and one game I think a year or so ago I watched, and they scored 2 goals within 30 seconds, which is rare.
Very rare.
Yeah, and I happened to see it that time
Yeah.
on ESPN.
Yeah,
So,
and it's not very high scoring, so that's why sometimes people are not
Right.
not as interested.
well, when I see it 0-0 for a game,
Yeah,
then I'm sort of shocked.
yeah. It's kind of like a football game that would be 0-0, which would be incredibly.
Or a
very
baseball game.
possible, yeah.
Baseball game I used to pitch. I liked the 0 because I didn't like to give up runs.
Exactly.
So, but I respect that, no doubt about it. And what brought you to America?
I came here for college. I was in high school in Thailand as one of my dad's postings. We were in
Yeah.
Bangkok, Thailand. We were living there. I was looking for schools.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to IUP actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
play any sports there? Or?
I played soccer. I played soccer at IUP. Yeah,
Get
but,
on.
yeah, that was the only sport.
yeah.
It's too busy
Intramural
studying.
stuff, or
For the international team.
oh, get on.
Yeah, because the international students had their own team for soccer, so I played for them.
I didn't know that. Look at
yeah.
we're learning this stuff first on BPTV. No, that's great. And you actually have a business here that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit about that?
We have a financial lending and consulting business, and we also have several radio shows.
I'm
so
familiar with them. I've been on one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a radio show, 2 radio shows, one in Pittsburgh for 26 minutes on the weekends, one in Florida and Massachusetts and
They're
California.
all over the country.
All over the country, and we talk about finance, health, and wellness, how they go hand in hand. So
What's the name of your company?
it's Mohsin Mortgage, Mohsin, Mortgage Corp. And what we really believe in is like when your finances are in good standing,
Yes.
it improves your health, reduces your stress, improves your relationships. So we talk about that on the air, and we're
Well,
blessed.
hold
that-
on a second. A lot of people are in bad shape financially.
Sure.
do you help them?
That's where we come in.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I had to jump the gun a
No,
little
no,
bit.
that's perfect, because what happens is the average American has $30,000 in credit card debt. And a lot of times they'll go to a traditional bank who will tell them 9 out of 10 times, no, we can't do anything for you.
Sure.
Well, where we come in is we have 40 different lenders. So it's like we have 40 different
40
banks.
different
Yeah.
lenders.
So it's like when you come to us, it's like 40 different banks. And we can say yes to 8 out of 10 people or 9 out of 10 people. And that 1 or 2 people that we can't do anything for, we can tell them what they need to do on their credit file
So you
to get
actually
it
help
fixed.
them.
So actually can help everybody in one way or the other. And we're blessed enough that we're at the point now that we can just give education. You know what I mean? We can tell
Sure.
people what to do. Whether
Give
they
them
do
the guidance.
Exactly, because there's no knowledge out there these days.
Hold it.
don't
How
know
do
where
they
to
get a
go, what
hold
to
of
do.
you? That's what I need to know.
They
Go
call-
tell us the number.
We have a local number, 412-221-1569.
You got to repeat it because I am old.
412-221-1569. Also, the 800 is 1-800-662-9550. And, you know, I can always be called on my cell phone. I'm good with that as well. 412-889-4411.
Repeat
We're
that
here to
again.
help. You know, 412
Zaf Cell.
412-889-4411. And we're here just to help and give guidance, you know. And
Yeah.
in the way things turn out, we end up helping people and doing
Sure.
loans.
And
for
how
them as
long
well.
have you been in business doing this?
I've been in lending forever, but
Well,
we
for
started
this
started the
entity.
company in 2004. So
Okay.
we've been around for
That's 15 years.
15 years. Mm-hmm.
No, that's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
I endorse this company.
Thank you, Alan.
Give
Appreciate
them a call. They're good people. They do a lot of philanthropic things.
We've had the
And
Special
they
Olympics
help
on our
out.
show. We have on our Pittsburgh show. We like to give time
Sure.
to charity organizations. We had the Special Olympics on. We have celebrities on from time to time
Right.
who tell about their
Do
stories.
different
what we've helped
fundraisers
them.
and things too.
Yep, Cancer Society, St. Jude's. So yeah, we believe in giving back. You know.
No, that's
Definitely.
great stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are great in the community for sure. I'm glad I met you.
I'm glad I met you. I'm glad I got to meet you and Jim through my sister Sarah, who met you first. So
Yes.
I'm very happy
And
that we
she
got to
met
meet.
us because of another Sarah.
Yes, Sarah Warner.
Yes.
who was her trainer.
Was
Yeah.
on our show.
Yeah,
Great person herself. So.
exactly.
Definitely. Well, I'm glad we got this out here.
Thanks for having
being
me.
a first-time guest.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Alan, what's up?
How you doing? First, tell everybody your name.
My present name is Rachel Ann Bovier. I since
You
had
can
it.
tell them your past name.
Oh, my past name?
Because I remember you back in Green Tree as
Billy Nardozzi.
okay.
So, as Alan was saying, I had it legally changed.
Well, I wanted to get that out there because you've been on the show numerous times.
Yeah.
I met your best friend, one of your best friends, Bonnie, because she come to a show at mine at Duke's Rib House and Grill. She goes, I'm here to see Billy. I go, well, I'm doing a show with him as a guest. And I didn't know she liked sports. So for years I kidded her that she didn't like sports, and here she's a huge sports fan.
Bonnie knows a lot.
Yeah. So and she's met so many
Very nice.
people on my show, and including you again and again. So and she couldn't be here with different scheduling things. So she told me to send her love, and I'll give you that.
I always appreciate her. And Alan, thank you. Alan and Bonnie surprised me. We did a match game show at the
Hard Rock
Hard
Cafe.
Rock.
I can help. If a
Thank
guest,
you.
if a guest
Billy
needs some-
Swan, I can help.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And thank you,
I
Alan.
can
They
talk a
surprised
little
me
bit,
there.
so.
And it's good when you're up there to see familiar people, so I appreciate
Oh,
that
you're
very
welcome.
much.
We had
Thank
a-
you, Alan.
We had a fun time. I never would have believed that I could go to a drag queen match game. It was actually so much fun.
It was.
It was unbelievable. We even made a new friend, Janelle.
Oh, yeah, that was on the.
This
on
lady
the
from
air.
out of nowhere was dancing and bopping around, and she become our friend. And it was a
Great.
crazy day. 3 hours of fun. I recommend it to anybody. It was sold out.
It was, and Alan,
Yeah.
yeah, they said it was only supposed to be an hour and a half.
Yeah, it
before
was
you
like
knew
3
it.
hours.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're having fun, time goes.
Yeah, it did. It did. Speaking of fun, what do you have here?
Alan, what I brought. First, Alan, first and foremost.
Okay.
Big Jim, if you happen to be watching this, a fast recovery, and I love you. You're a wonderful person. Please get better fast.
Thank you.
And what I did bring, Ellen, and thank you for having me too, for fitting me in. I appreciate that. You're
Well, we
always,
had something happen. Somebody couldn't make it, so there's room.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
So what I said, ironically enough, Ellen, I had written something about, it's a play on words having to do with your name and Jim's.
Hold it. Mine already rhymes. Alan Levine, the talking machine.
Okay, but I added something else.
Uh-oh.
This doesn't rhyme. It's I took your name,
Okay.
Alan, each letter of it, and I described you by each letter and
Whoa.
Jim. And here it is.
With no further ado, let's bring
No,
it out.
yes.
I'll hold the mic.
Okay.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Who knows what he'll come up with?
And okay, here it is. This is for Alan. His first name and his first letter is L. Is A. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's too much pressure here. Take a deep breath. We'll continue. That was worth the whole thing.
I'm sorry. His first letter is A, and I think everyone would agree that the person Ellen is, the A stands for awesome.
Ah, thank you.
Your second letter, L, is very obvious. The first time someone meets you, anytime someone meets you, the L is for likable.
Thanks again.
There's another L.
Uh-oh. What a coincidence. Nah,
Al-
I've been writing
and-
it my whole life. Come on.
Alan, this one is what I always said about you that I respected and loved about you.
Okay.
The third L is for you're a great listener.
Ah, thank you.
Yes. And the fourth letter in your first name is E, and that is for another obvious, when people hear you, educated.
Ah, thanks again.
You speak very fluently.
Thank you.
And last but not least, the last letter in your name, first name Alan, is N, and that is for the type of guy you are. Nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
And here you are, Ellen.
I appreciate it. I'll hang that on my wall.
And I thought I'd sign it in my new name for you too.
I like that.
My new name.
Congratulations.
Yes.
And good luck to you in all you do.
I appreciate that. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
sure.
It's been a journey, and it's leading to bring good things. Okay, this
Okay, tell me with this one.
this is for Jim. Jim, if you happen to be watching this,
He usually watches the shows.
oh great.
Yeah, so he will be.
So the J, J-I-M, Jim. The J is for when he does his comments on
Sure, like-
sports things and all that. You know right away it is justifiable.
Whoa, what a word. That's a good one.
Thank you. And the second letter, Alan, in Jim's name is I,
Yeah.
which is everything he talks about is always interesting.
Well, he's usually pretty loud, so it makes it interesting.
Yeah, it makes, I guess that's a big yeah.
I had to put that in. We can't deny
it. you can't help but listen.
Yeah, you're forced to.
That was a joke. You're listening.
I got it.
I'm sorry. You know why, Alan? You know why I say that? Because I think people don't catch on to things like I do. I don't.
I listened to it. I heard it.
Okay, and last but not least, Jim's last letter, M. J-I-M is for Jim. The M is magnificent.
Wow. You covered it all. He'll be honored to have this. I'll
Thank
make
you.
sure he gets it.
And I meant every word of that and from the heart. From the heart.
Thank you
Alan.
very much,
Thank you.
Rachel.
You're-
I
and
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You're always so kind.
Glad we could make some time for you.
Thank you.
And you're always welcome on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Thank you very much.
Quite the
Everybody.
surprise.
Thank you, Jim.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back again.
Thanks for
Please,
having me.
please tell them your name.
Michael McSorley.
And
Con-
he's a great boxing promoter, trainer. He's one of the best cut men in the business. His other fighter got headbutted at the end of that fight, And I said to Smoking Jim, Mike will stop that bleeding.
Yeah,
And it was a pretty damaging cut.
Yeah, it just the last 30 seconds of an 8-round fight.
We saw it happen. It was just...
Yeah, and it's kind of disappointing because you're almost at the finish line, and that happens. You have to get
It
stitched
was a
up.
hard-fought fight.
It was.
There were rapid punches going there like
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oleg's a heck of a boxer himself, and he won
He
won
is.
his first title. And congrats to him. Tell him
Thank
to
you.
get healthy
I
again.
will. I
I
will.
understand. I just recovered from pneumonia.
Yeah,
we don't
it's
need
going
anybody
around.
else getting sick like that.
I know.
It knocked me for a loop. As energetic as I am, I was tired.
I know.
You know?
It's been going around. I've been lucky. I haven't gotten it yet, but
You
I've
look
been found the vitamin C and
Keep
the
pumping that C.
and echinacea and zinc. So
Yeah,
and best wishes to Smoking Jim. Hope you have a full recovery, brother. Hope you're
Definitely.
on
We
the road
enjoyed
to-
the fights. It was a madhouse. It was so packed.
It was
It
our
was
biggest crowd.
unbelievable. That was awesome. The promotion you did was great.
Thank you.
I even heard you refused a few people to come in.
We had to
You had to
kick
turn a few
yeah,
away.
and there was a
You
little.
hate to do that.
We hate to do that, but it was a packed house. We are going to do a little bit better job with the seating. I think next time in terms of we hate to have anybody take someone else's seat if they a paying customer. So
Sure.
we're going to zero in on that a little bit more for the next
but that
one.
shows the success that you've had.
Thank you.
I mean, and I call it a resurgence in boxing because I remember back in the 70s and 80s, thousands of people would come out. Now, if you get 1,000 in the crowd, it's good, but we're pushing up against those numbers.
Yeah.
You know, so I respect that because I'm a guy, I watch that.
Yeah.
And I got a good eye for grasping how many are there.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
It's hard work.
It is. It's a lot. It's nice when you get it over with, but it's
Well, that's
a lot
the best
of
time.
That's the best time, especially you get a couple wins. But
Yes.
it it was a packed house, which says a lot about Pittsburgh boxing. And there was another show that night. Our friends Jeff Mucci out at Wolfpack, and they had a packed house too
Carnegie.
in Carnegie. So
Yeah.
it just shows you how
Well, people don't
thriving the
cross
scene
those
is.
rivers.
I know.
The
I
ones
know.
in the South stayed there. I'm one of the ones in the South. I crossed the river
You
to
go
see this guy.
occasionally. Yeah.
Definitely. I appreciate what you do.
But thank you. But yeah, great night of fights, and they were all tough fights. Our PA commissioner Greg Serb, many consider him to be the best in the business. Very, very tough. But
He is tough.
He's very tough. But in terms of the matchmaking and everything. But the nice thing is that if you build a record in PA, it holds a lot more clout because of how strict he is.
Not to mention West Virginia, but it makes a big difference.
It does. Yeah.
I see it in my experience over the years.
Yeah.
And just some of the boxers that come out with titles and a lot of wins out of West Virginia, and they're getting knocked out in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it's and it's some of that is a lot of that's due to the approvals. Sometimes you have guys that are the one thing about Greg is that as you build your record, he pushes you to fight better competition. And it also is better for the protection of the fighters, I think too.
Well, you as a trainer, you're in a tough situation because you want to bring your fighter along the right way as they grasp what they're doing and get better, but you don't want them to jump too fast either.
Exactly.
Because you're going to ruin all that progress.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a slippery slope that you're on.
And if you match a fight right that you win, you're the hero, and if you don't, you're the GOAT.
Yes.
So, and I've worn both of those hats before, but
You've had some good success, though.
We've been lucky. We have had, and all the guys work hard. And Lubomir and Oleg, I mean, they have, as many amateur fights as anybody you'll find anywhere in the world.
I heard rumors that they have over 300 fights.
He had 250, and Lubomir had around 347.
Okay,
so
I knew
it's a
one
lot.
of them had.
Yeah, it's
because it's amazing the skills that they have and the techniques that you've helped shine.
Thank you. Yeah,
No, I respect that.
and they work real hard, and but they want challenge. They want the tougher fights.
Well, they came here to make money and win titles.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And they're
That's
counting on you.
Yeah.
I got to put it out there bluntly.
Yeah, no, it's
I
what
know
we
you
all
don't like to talk about yourself too much.
No, it's
but
what we all want, and you got the view from the top of the mountain is always prettier when it's a harder climb.
Yes.
And nothing worthwhile in life is easy, and we've all faced our peaks and valleys, but you
No,
you
right.
just got to pick yourself up and keep going, regardless of what the situation is. And in boxing, there's a lot of valleys, a lot of obstacles, and you just got to kind of push through that.
No, I understand. Tell them the name of your group.
Our gym is the Congreve Boxing Club. Our promotional group and management company is Integrity Fighter Management. We have a great crew of fighters.
If you want to start boxing, go to these guys, let them check you out. They'll give you good advice.
We'd be happy to do that. And there's, we're lucky right now because all the gyms in Pittsburgh really are working together.
I've seen that.
Becca Main was in here. She's a good friend of ours. And Teddy, her coach, we're over at their place a lot. And, it's nice because even though a lot of times you have fighters fighting each other in the ring and you're not friends for the 9 minutes
Right,
or whatever,
right.
or if it's pros,
Well,
certainly
Smoking
longer.
Jim talks about bad blood. And then afterwards I go, some of these guys are hugging. There isn't bad blood.
Yeah.
They respect what the other guy's doing.
They
Now, there
do.
are some guys, and I've seen it, that you don't really want to associate with.
Yeah. When you're
the-
making the invite list to that birthday party, you
you
got to
stop.
think twice if you put both their names next to each
No,
other.
because
but,
I've seen it. You've shared a couple stories we won't put
Oh,
on record.
sure.
And I was just amazed
Yeah.
by the individual.
Oh yeah.
One of a kind.
Oh yes. There's-
And there
there's
are a
other-
few guys and girls that you don't want to be around, but in general, I'd say most of them
or
I want to
friends.
be around. They're good class
Yeah,
acts.
yeah.
Because you bring them up to do the right thing.
Absolutely.
That's the integrity that you're, no pun intended, but you're trying to teach them.
Absolutely.
And
And a lot, we were very fortunate on this show. All the guys, both the local guys and the out of town guys, were great to deal with.
Yeah.
And we become friends with the guys. The guy that Lubomir fought, Thad Burkhausen, tough guy from Michigan, he had fought another one of our guys, Travis Clark, on a show in West Virginia, and we stayed in touch with him.
Yeah.
And then
You made the connections.
Made the connection. An Oleg's guy, a 7-0 fighter, backed by Sugar Ray Leonard's brother. His team was great
Sure,
to
I
deal
saw
with.
that.
Really good guys, and we'll be using each other for southpaw sparring
And you
down
need
the road.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need that to get better because you welcome all challenges.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you want to get better. That's the key.
That's the key. And if you keep doing the same things, you keep getting the same results. So if
Exactly.
you need tougher guys to push you, tougher challenges.
Just like you need the road work, you need the
Absolutely.
experience in the gym and the ring.
Yeah,
How do you get better if you don't practice?
you'll get exposed under those lights quickly.
Like I said, I see a lot of fading in the last round.
Yeah,
And, and that's not a good sign.
it's not. And sometimes guys, they put too much time in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to work smarter than harder. Sometimes guys work too hard, but they're not working
They
smart.
wear themselves down,
And-
like Becca alluded to. You need a day to recover.
Cover, absolutely.
And
so a
that's
lot of times
important.
sometimes 2 days too.
And you wouldn't eat the pizza, so I know you're keeping these guys in shape. Lubomir was eyeing it up, but not tonight. He was taking a look. Oh, he got 4 pounds extra there.
Yeah. He has been a big fan of the American food, I have to tell you.
Well, I don't blame
Cuisine
him.
over here is good,
Once
you know.
you come here,
Especially
and
Pittsburgh.
I made it to 100 for fun.
You did. They always make weight, but
well, our plates are this big and they're full of food. Your plates are this big and not full of food. So I understand that. It makes sense.
It does.
Different countries, different philosophy.
No
Not
doubt.
that I'm a world traveler, but I've heard these stories.
absolutely.
And it's how it works. And I know you work these guys hard. They do road work, they do boxing, and you
And
keep after them.
We do, and we've been lucky. They've been getting good sparring. Lubomir has been fortunate. Our good friend Steve Cunningham, they have a great program at his gym with
We
the
were
young
up there.
kids.
We actually
and-
did a show up there at the USS
Oh, nice.
Fight Academy.
Okay, great.
It was a winter storm. My cameraman couldn't make it.
Oh, wow.
Smoking Jim lives 10 minutes away. He was late. I had to set the cameras up, and we had him going at it there. And,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a fun night, and he has a great facility.
Great facility, great program.
I'm amazed at that place.
Absolutely, and we're lucky to get Lubomir work with a 2-time world champion. We can't find better work than Steve.
And the skills he has at the age he is, it's a shame that he lost some fights that I thought he won.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I could have sworn that the judges said he's too old.
Yeah.
And I even told him that, and he goes, "Thanks, I respect you telling me that."
Yeah.
Even though he's from Philly,
Yeah.
I still like the guy.
And a lot of the fights he was taking, he was a cruiserweight fighting at heavyweight.
I know.
So he was really
He'd given up
210.
weight.
Oh, big, yeah. So now he's got one more. He was telling us, and I'm sure he can be competitive with
The
anybody.
shape he's in, I mean, he's in great shape.
Great shape,
And he practices what he preaches. He eats clean. And
he does.
we had a discussion on the show about that.
Yeah.
Because he was surprised I knew some of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So we did cover that. But no, that's great that you can interact.
It's been great work, and these guys push each other really hard. For Oleg, we fought a smaller southpaw guy, so it was hard to find southpaw work. We got Teddy Mercanja Jr.
Rosie another great upcoming
fighter, Rosie Morales.
Oh, really? Rosie too.
Yeah, Kel Smith gives us great. He's a righty, but we're
Kel's
always
very active, and it's a shame he can't get more opponents to fight him.
Yeah,
he has one of the worst luck in boxing that I've seen.
No
and
doubt.
He has some skills.
He is a tough guy, and we appreciate all the guys that work. Johnny Spells, another one, really skilled fighter. So we're lucky. Pittsburgh scene's definitely.
I say there's a resurgence.
There is.
I believe there is, and because
doubt.
of guys like you and
Thank
your team and what you're doing. And we've talked enough. I think we delayed the appearance of Lubomir. What's our time? What's our time look like?
You can do more. You can keep more.
10 minutes? We'll talk another 3 minutes.
All right.
Because I believe in you, and I don't want you to hit me. Please, keep that fist down. Down.
So our next show,
That's what I wanted to bring up. What's next?
We haven't pulled the trigger on anything, but we're going to be doing something this summer, probably June or July.
Sure. You try to catch each season.
Yeah, we're trying to do 4 a year. So every 3-4 months. So and
it sounds like a good strategy.
Yeah.
And the Priory's a great.
It's a great venue. We have really like kind of a partnership almost with John Graff. It's just been really supportive and
great man.
Great man, and it's a beautiful kind. We like the throwback fights, the tougher fights, and that's a throwback venue.
Yeah, and it is. It's historic.
It's historic, and it's easy to get to in the city.
Hence Con Greb.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the gym.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong. More historic than Con and Greb.
Exactly. And Billy's son Tim is a good friend. He was at the fights with Gene Collier.
Oh, get on.
And so we had it was a great. Nice crowd.
It was a fantastic crowd, wall to wall.
And people were pretty well behaved. We had one little incident; we had to throw somebody out, but
that happens.
Yeah,
you got boxers and you got people that want to be boxers.
Exactly. It was in a church, but we weren't packed with Vienna choir boys, as Svettek would always say.
Yes. And honor to Jimmy Svettek,
we had a nice honor.
Who passed away.
Our good friend Victor Olive did a nice honor Jimmy, and also. Reached out about Roy McHugh and Mr. Scanlon from the North Side. Who's a big Jimmy Scanlon from he's a big North Side boxing. So it was nice that we
some legends that have left us.
Exactly. It's nice to do a 10 count for 3 guys that have made a big impact on.
It's so eerie when I hear the bell go 10 times.
I know.
It truly is.
Hopefully we don't have too many more of those on future shows, but. When you have people that need honored, you have to do it.
Well, you got to.
And we're having a big event for Svettek, which Victor has spearheaded. Which I'm really appreciative of. I believe it's the 18th.
That's what I heard.
At the Monroeville Convention Center. So that'll be all over.
And that's actually next week.
Yeah.
Which it surprised me because somebody just asked me today. I had a phone call about it. And they said, "When's that Jimmy Svettek thing?" I go, "It's the 18th." I go, "Wait, that's next week."
Yeah.
Today's the 11th.
It's coming up very fast, so I hope everybody comes out. Pays Jimmy.
We will do that. What other boxers do you have in your gym that you could talk about?
Right now, it's Oleg and Lubomir are really who I'm working with the most. But we also in our stable we also have Gerald G5 Sherrill, who's we're looking at a fight for him. He is he was on the Contender Series.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so I know that they're working on a couple things for him as well. And we've been talking to a couple other fighters. Another fighter who unfortunately was not able to fight on this card was Jordan Zalacki. He had a busted eardrum.
That's what I heard.
In a late spar. which
a
kept
nice
him
young
out.
fighter.
Really nice young fighter. And Mike Manna, too, who has been a great member of our team. Mike's
Well, I know he wasn't
tough as nails.
100%.
He was not for this fight.
And it was disappointing.
Yeah.
But he's overcoming that. He has the right mindset.
He does, and he's a positive guy, hard worker, and really a community guy. Does a lot for Children's Hospital. He's just a heart as big as a city. So
He is.
and
He's
he'll be
really
back.
come on to
Yeah.
be 3 knockouts in his first 3
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah, really exciting fighter. I mean, he's got a huge fan following, and
He's got power right-handed and left-handed.
He's
He
left-handed.
showed that left hand last time.
Yeah.
Or the
And-
time before.
Absolutely. So he'll be coming back as well. So we're
can't
excited for the
wait.
next show. And
Count us in. We appreciate it.
It wouldn't be the same without you guys.
No, thanks for having us there. We believe in your team.
Thank you so much.
Contact them. Congreb. Tell them your name.
Anyways, they're not going to remember my name.
Guess what? I'll repeat it again. Tell them your name.
Lubomir Pinchuk.
Lubomir Pinchuk.
You did better this time.
I practiced.
Okay.
I've been practicing. Come on, you're my man. You defended your title again and you won by a knockout. Tell me about that fight. What the heck was going on?
What I just did my job. I did all of this what we work in training process. I just listen to my coach. I listen to Mike. And
Was he talking to you in Ukrainian? Was he speaking to you in Ukrainian or just English?
He didn't know enough Ukrainian. He know a couple words, but that's not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
You had to take control. I saw that.
I need
You
to
followed
sing
his
myself.
orders.
When I step in rings and nobody can decide nothing. Only I do.
I like that. I like your confidence. And I like the
Who
results
else?
that you have.
In ring we have only two person, me and my opponent.
That makes sense to me. When did you find this out?
Long time ago. Long time ago.
A couple hundred fights ago?
Probably.
Yeah. When did you start boxing?
When I was little. When
What,
I was
10
seven.
years old? 7 years old.
This is already long time. 15 years I already boxing.
How old are you now?
22.
22.
22.
That's a long time for boxing.
Maybe even too long. Too many hits, huh?
No, you didn't get hit in the head that many times. You still got a pretty good looking face. Not like
Thank
this,
you.
though. Not like this. I've never been in a boxing ring.
I can
I'm
take
blessed
it. Okay,
by God.
I can take it. Okay.
I'm blessed. God has blessed me. And you're not too bad there, too.
I had a couple cuts, but yeah, I'm still okay.
Not like Oleg.
Not like Oleg. Definitely not like Oleg.
That looked terrible there. Poor Mike had to really try to stop that bleeding. But he did.
Oleg, keep him busy. Now he's very busy since we came, huh?
He earned his money. Yeah. You make the coach and trainer earn his money. I see that.
I don't have yet any cuts.
No, well, that's good. How do you keep away from that?
I try to protect myself.
Okay.
Not always I can do it, but
Yeah.
maybe I know. Maybe I have better
Well,
skin.
once in a while, somebody might sneak a punch in on you.
Sometimes, yeah.
They
Sometimes
might
happen.
get past that defense. You hold those gloves up pretty high. I've seen that.
No, I don't hold them high enough.
No.
No.
Let me see. How do you hold them?
You saw it. You saw it in the fight. Enough.
You're right, I did. I watched that whole fight. Would you hit him with to knock him out?
I believe it was my right hook.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to question you on that. It looked pretty powerful.
It was actually because I even can feel in my glove,
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I can see this punch because he always dropped his left hand when I started to use my jab. That's what we worked before. We work on this jab in body. That's how I always open to him. I did this jab and then I throw it to my right hook.
Smoking Jim and I saw that and we said, watch that right. And sure
That's
enough,
what happened, huh? In
Sure
second
enough,
round.
Sure enough, it come out. You must have heard us.
Okay, yes, that's because of you. Yeah, heard
I
you,
understood that. Not all the hard work
That's
you put
because
in.
you did it. You did it.
No way. We just noticed it. And I appreciate the skills that you have, and you looked in good shape.
Thank you.
Do you do your road work
Sure, I do.
every day?
Not every day. Like usually, I try to do this 2-3 times a week.
Okay. That's enough?
That's enough for me. I'm not
Is
really, I not really like to
You're
run.
not a big fan of that?
No.
I understand.
I'd rather train in gym, do more mitts, more backs, it's conditional, special
How
boxing.
about hitting people if somebody else is in the ring? Would you rather hit them than the bag?
Sometimes. Backs is kind of boring, yes. Sometimes I'd rather
You'd
hit
rather
the
hit a
people, yeah.
person.
because person can hit me back too, you know. That's more interesting.
I
When you take a
understand.
punch and you give a punch.
I understand. How's that USS Fight Academy up there?
That's the best workout we can find here. That's a two-time world champion.
No, he's
He-
quite
he
the
can-
athlete.
He can teach me a lot. Even besides of his age, he's like 42 now, but he's still in great shape. I even, to be honest, I still believe that he can show something in
He has
high
some
level.
power there.
He had some power, but he more has this skill. You know, he's very slicky fighter.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen him fight. And
He
he's
teach
slick.
me. He teach me a lot. Yeah, I can take a lot of him.
I could see you improved in the last year
Thank you.
from what I've seen.
Maybe that's a
I'm
even
not
bec-
telling everybody, but it's
that's
not
because
because of me.
telling you, that's
No,
because
no,
of
no.
Mike.
It's,
That's not definitely not because
it's
of you.
not because of me.
That's because of Mike, my coaching. That's because of all of this good sparring with Steve Cunningham. Yeah,
That
I
makes
believe
sense.
so.
Yeah, sure. It lifts you up.
yeah, definitely.
You fight somebody better, you're going to improve.
That's what we want. We want to keep only better. I want to more better quality opponent
do you
because
look-
I want
What are you looking for in the future then? More fights.
more fights, more tougher fights. I want something tough. I
Tough.
want somebody from top
Somebody
20.
that'll challenge you.
Yes, I want a real hard, good challenge.
Get on.
That's why I do it. I'm training hard every day. You know, I give all what I can, and
I
I
respect
want to
that.
prove. I want to show somebody what I can. You know,
I give you credit because some of them don't want to fight tougher guys.
if you know what, if you want to be tough, you have to
Fight
fight,
the tough
tougher
one.
guys. Yeah.
I believe
If
in
you
that.
want to be tough, you have to fight tougher even than you is now.
You know what? At 22 years old and all those fights, you got some wisdom. You understand what I'm saying?
like I said,
You
maybe,
got some wisdom.
maybe like I said, maybe that's too many hits. I not scary nobody now. Huh?
I'm going to talk to your coach. We will discuss that.
Okay.
I appreciate your humor, though.
Okay.
No, but we look forward to in the future and see what fights you have coming up. What weight are you going to fight at?
For now, I guess a
Right at cruiser?
couple years we stay in cruiserweight, and then in future we move in super heavyweight.
Okay, because you still make it at 200, so you're good.
I still can make, yeah.
I know.
You would not need
I
to
heard
worry.
you.
I'm still good.
I'm at 205.
I'm now probably 215.
Okay. At least I got it out of him. I knew I could find that. Now I know why you didn't have
But-
any pizza.
I can make a 200 for every my fight.
Well, sure, you're 22. You can lose weight like this. Me, forget about
Okay,
it.
we
I
can
look
say
at that, I gain weight. I just gained a pound looking at that.
You look at you. You still look good. You look even better than I
Thank
am
you.
now.
Thank you. Well, I got you by a few years. I got you by 40 years.
I hope I can look like you in your age.
You're my new best friend. Keep telling me more. I'll hold this
I will,
belt all
I will.
night. I'll hold this belt all night. Here, I'll hold it up high. Lubomir's my new best friend.
Thank you.
How'd I say the name?
Say better than ever.
Good. I've been practicing because I
Thank
knew
you.
I'd get you back on the show.
Yeah, because first time it wasn't that good, but now you did
No,
better.
'cause
Now you
I
did
saw
better.
the L and the Y and the U, and I'm like, how do you even say that? It
a lot,
baffled me.
a lot people have this problem. Yeah, but
Well, we're
You-
in,
you
we're
improve,
in
you
Pittsburgh.
improve.
We're in Pittsburgh, but we struggle on that because we split up words and cut them.
couple more shows and you start to talk Ukrainian.
I don't think about that. Although I will tell you that I had great grandparents from the Ukraine.
No way.
Yeah, they come to America and lived in New York, but they came from Ukraine. Yeah, so we might be related someday. Once we start looking back in history, we'll have to check that book. What do you think of that? You didn't know I'd bring that out on you.
No, I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
I still think. that
And
we
my
don't
grandmother came from Budapest. You know, in Hungary.
yeah, I know. You like
Budapest.
Definitely you European. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my family comes from there. So maybe you can look like this in 40 years.
Maybe. I hope so. Still.
Just don't, Coach, don't let him get hit in the head anymore. He reached his limit. I'm telling you, this is
I
it.
said I try to protect myself.
You did try. I'll give you credit there.
I didn't even hit too many times in my last fight, huh?
I think you got hit twice. That was
Maybe,
it.
maybe.
Twice.
Maybe.
And I was counting. I was looking forward to it. I wanted to see how you would come back. Because he looked like a pretty tough fighter.
He was actually. He take a lot of punches and just only after this hard right hand he go down. Yeah. He was
Wow.
a lot of respect to him. You know. Yeah. Nothing but the best. You know.
No, he tried. He tried.
He did. He did.
He come up against Lubomir, and that was enough.
That was it.
That was it. How are we looking on time? Did we shoot it? I gotta
ready.
set this
We're ready.
down. Here, you get this back.
You get it.
I'll take this, and I say, stay Joey strong.